Hey everyone, it's me again, Young Skeleton, and today I wanted to make a video about the pity system, or the lack of pity system, or I don't know, the semi-existing pity system in this game. So recently, currently we're having the Final Fantasy IV collaboration, and as you can see by this tiny little number over here, I pulled for this collaboration, and guess what? I didn't get Kane. So, this is gonna be. I'm gonna try to be unbiased, but as you can see, the limited characters that I have are only Cecil, Ramza, and Halloween Raryu. And, well, Cecil was given out for free, so he's kind of like not really in the same category. But what do Ramza and Halloween Raryu have in common? If you spent like 40k fucking Vizier on them, guess what? You could buy them guaranteed. And guess what? I only got those two with the 40k Vizier spending method. Where if you don't know, when you spend Vizier in a summon, you get a few medals. And if you go to the Mog shop, you can buy this type of stuff. Now, for Ramza and for Halloween Raryu, you could go over here to like the respect to the place where you get the shards, and there would be a how do I say this? There would be an option to buy them. You could buy the unit itself. So yeah, I'm kind of like zero for all limited time units. What I got this time though, and what I got with Final Fantasy Tactics also was the limited card. This time I got uh, Demon Wall, which is kind of mediocre if you ask me. I don't really like it. Like it's good for Kane, okay for Cecil and Rosa, but really only good, good for Kane. And I also pulled Sign of House Belv two times, I guess. Let me. Oops, not here. Yeah, I pulled it twice, but still not really a lot of luck because again, pulling, spending 40k Vizier is a lot, and you're not really expected to save 40k Vizier. I don't think so in this game. So having to play the game in a way that is not really designed for it, it's kind of a pain. I guess I could update you guys on this on how my account is doing. So okay, Cecil is at 89. Very happy with that. I don't know if Miranda was at 89 last video. Now she is. Oops. Um, Whisper is at 89. Giza is at 99. Now I got the bells. And I'm currently working on getting Miranda to 99. And Lucia, Venera, Rob, and Odoa are on their way to leveling up, getting more limit breaks. I plan to work next on Glaciella and then on Stern, regular Stern. Um, the next unit that I'm gonna pull for is gonna be Larudo. And will I pull for anything before him? I'm still reflecting on if I'm gonna pull for the uh, Black Rose Helena card or not. But that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. Oh, actually, I could mention that now Odin and this bullshit are maxed. I'm still working on the XP. I could get it pretty high, but not max yet, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna wait. So, what I wanted to talk about was pity. And this is actually a good time for me to talk about because this is actually the first time that I don't get a unit that I'm pulling for. I've said that I've pulled on every limited collaboration, and I think that's true, but I didn't pull for Thancred because I was just starting out, so I don't think that really counts. But other than that, I think I pulled for every limited time unit, and including Warrior of Light. I didn't pull for Warrior of Light, but I spent I think 12 or 14k trying to pull for Death Machine. I didn't get it. So yeah, I didn't get Warrior of Light. And but again, I didn't really want him. I only wanted the card. But I don't know. I wasn't really particularly sad with that. With Kain and Rosa, because I tried to pull for both actually. I went through all the stages of grief. I spent 10k Lapis pulling for 5k for Kain and 5k for Rosa on their paid Lapis step up. And then I did the pity, like a round of pity twice. I did 2 rounds of pity. That is at least 20k Vizier. So I spent like 20k Vizier. No, not 20k, is it? Yeah, it is. It is. I spent 20k Vizier pulling for Kain on his regular banner, just with regular Vizier, free or regular Vizier, and plus 10k paid Vizier. And I don't really think I need to tell you that this feels awful. And I mean, I didn't really feel good having to purchase Ramza and Howling Raryu with medals, but at least I got the unit that I wanted, right? And this is actually the first time that I spent so many resources and get a an Esper, I guess. I got Demon Wall, the Esper, which is, I'm gonna say, better than nothing, but I would rather like get shards for the units that I'm working on. But that's just even less reliable than getting Kain or Rosa. So yeah, it feels awful. uh, and this just cements my plan that I had of just not spending a single cent in this game anymore, I think. Because I think that it is so ungrateful. Again, I haven't really played a lot of other gacha games, but here you don't really. How do I say this? I there's a graph like of how much your money is worth in this game, and I feel like you're really incentivized to spend like very little over a long period of time rather than spending a lot. And again, because spending like paid Vizier to summon is just not worth it. I rarely do it. I did this time, but like other than this time, I think I only did it with Raryu, and like I don't think it was worth it. Actually, like this time especially, I would rather have purchased. Let me show you guys the offerings that we got for the Black Friday sale. I think I would rather have purchased like a ton of these than try to summon because the value was just so much bigger there. With summoning, I cannot, like, I only did it because I was really desperate for getting any Final Fantasy IV unit because again, I don't think I mentioned this, but Final Fantasy IV is my favorite Final Fantasy game of all fucking time. So I really wanted any Final Fantasy IV unit. I really did. Um, if it wasn't for them giving out Cecil, I don't think I would be like dealing with this as well as I am. But again, Cecil was guaranteed in JP. You could get him with paid Lapis, and I only did this like Kain summon with paid Lapis and Rosa summon with paid Lapis because I had leftover because ahead of time, I purchased a lot of paid Vizier because I wanted to summon Cecil for paid Vizier, but when he was given out for free, it was just okay. I'm gonna save it, and if I don't get Kayn with regular Vizier, I'm gonna spend the paid the paid currency. But this was my first time being exposed to like this brutal luck-based game, like, gambling by it is gambling. I'm pretty sure. You know, there's no other word for it. Gambling it is. So this heavy gambling game, I think that this game really does need some sort of pity if you spend like a huge sum this year. And I could understand like why they don't do it, but you can only milk a cow for so long. You know, you can only like make players spend more real money in your game uh, by doing this type of stuff for so long. You guys know what I mean? After a while, I think players get tired, and like what happened to me, I think I'm just gonna stop spending. And I'm gonna say this: I think that a lot of people propose solutions that are way too stupid. Uh, okay, for regular characters, as much as it hurts not getting them when they're first released, uh, I think you just gotta live with that, especially because you can always get them later, and the game's giving out a lot of URs. Um, Getting new UR units is getting easier every time, like with every big content update. So I don't think it's I don't think it's unreasonable to have pity for regular new units, but I don't think it is something that we can reasonably expect. I don't think Square Enix or Gumi is gonna do that. But oh my god, I think that at least we can have them for every collaboration unit, and especially units that come like Rosa and Cecil, or like Halloween Raryu and Halloween Little Lila. You know what we could have gotten? A paid Vizier step up with a guaranteed. So here's how I think it could work. You have a step up, and it can have like 5 steps. I do think that like having just 3 steps would be a bit too generous for us to expect. I mean, I wouldn't complain. I would love it, but I think that it would not be reasonable for us to expect that. But okay, maybe a 5 step where the first 2 steps are discounted and it's paid Vizier only, and at the end you get either Rosa or Kayn. You could get like it's a 50% chance of getting either one of them. So what do we have currently? We have 2 step-ups, separate step-ups, and each of them gives 25% chance of us getting the collaboration unit. And if we don't, we get 80 shards for a unit that we already have. Or, I mean, for a unit that is already in the game. Or we get them if it is our first get. Uh, okay, I'm gonna be honest, this kinda sucks. And after doing this 3 times, one for Halloween Raryu and twice, one for Kayn and one for Rosa, I can say that fucking sucks. For Halloween Raryu, I got Kiton, and I think it was my first get of her, so I didn't even get fucking shards. I got this miserable character right here. I'm sorry if you like her, but I was very pissed at the time. And for Rosa, and I think I got Medina. I don't remember if it was her or if it was Victora. I remember it was one of them because I got UR soul medals or soul shards. I forgot how they're called. And for Kayn, I got Whisper shards, which were useful. I got Ritual before, and because they were 80 shards, I got her closer to LB5. But I don't really feel like I want to take Ritual B5 right now. It's gonna be a while, so thanks, I guess. But this just sucks, I think, because me as a Final Fantasy IV fan, I really wanted to get 2 out of 3 of the Final Fantasy IV characters. Again, I'm grateful that we got Cecil for free. That was really awesome. Thank you, Gumi. But I don't think you guys have ever heard of loss aversion. So let me explain that really quickly for you guys. So the human brain is hardwired to like hate losing. There's a study that has been conducted that tells us basically this is not exactly, I mean, I'm not being scientific here, I'm just going off memory, but for us to take the chance, like, let's say that we're gonna make a bet, and we're gonna bet on head or tails. Oh, and if you lose $10. For you to take that bet, for like when you win, you have to win, I think, at least double of what you're going to lose. So if you lose 10, and if you win, you'll win 20. I don't think the losses are quite on our side here, and it's only a matter of time until people start losing interest because the game is just way too stingy. I don't know how to pronounce that, but again, it is really better than it used to be. With units like Thancred being a dumpster fire, I don't know if I would have like I don't know if I would still be playing if I have tried to get Thancred and it took me like so long to get him, and he was a cost 100 unit. That would be a fucking nightmare. But I don't really see why not make it the way that I mentioned, with one paid Lapis step up that costs like 8k Lapis, 8k paid Lapis that you get either of the units, because I really just wanted any Final Fantasy IV unit. And there's always gonna be someone complaining, but I like to think that I'm pretty reasonable when it comes to this type of stuff. Uh, I I've spoken my mind, like saying that I think global players are way too demanding, and this is like a mutual relationship, you know. Uh, it costs money to run a game, and people are not gonna like keep a game alive unless it gives them money, and it can't just like be just enough to to keep the game alive. Maybe if a developer really loves their project and it really is a passion project, maybe they'll keep it alive with just enough. But this is Final Fantasy. They could like this shit prints money, so they expect this to print money. So they're not gonna do something that is overly generous and that makes people, wow, let's play this game free to play. They want to incentivize you to spend in the game. So I think that this making so that one of the characters in a collaboration, like, and this is mostly for collaborations, right? But later on, on the video, this video is already quite long, by the way. But later on, after I finish talking about the collaboration, I'm gonna say what I think about non-collaboration units. But essentially, I just think that having collaboration units be always guaranteed if you spend like real life money in the game could be a way to make more people spend, even if only during collaborations. Like then everyone wins, right? Uh, People are always afraid of like just taking the first step, but I think that after someone takes the first step and spends in a game for the first time, they'll be more willing to do so more often in the future. So if you get people to start spending in the game, then they'll be used to it and they'll keep doing it as time goes by. Uh, so having like this heavy incentive of like, oh, hey, you can always get at least one of the new characters, would be really cool. Uh, Again, I'm glad that you gave us Cecil for free, but please consider this. Please consider making collaboration units more accessible in the future, even if only through the means of paid Lapis. Uh, the and then like there are also units that don't come in pairs because like Final Fantasy IV has 3 units, and I think that new collaborations will always be like this, like 3 units with one being free and the other two being regular limited time units. But I think that like for units that come alone, you could always do the metal route that you guys did with Ramza and the Halloween units. So like free-to-play users can always reasonably get them. And I think you could always do this, right? For units that come in pairs, even if they're not collaboration, you could go that route. But again, I could see why you guys wouldn't want that. I can see why. But like 25% chance of getting the new unit and 75% chance of getting Thrash is, I mean, again, I'm sorry, it's not trash, but it's just not the same thing. Again, getting either Kain or 80 shards of Whisper is, in a heartbeat, any player would go for Kain, right? Because Whisper you can just farm her. Kain is just there. You don't have a lot of chances. Not only that, but imagine if it was my first get of Whisper. I would be so angry. So angry. Like, again, the only reason why I wasn't more pissed off when Halloween Raryu came and I got uh, Kiton was just because uh, I knew I would eventually get him with medals. I didn't want to get him with medals because I wanted to buy his shards with medals. But yeah, I didn't really have a choice. But yeah, like with collaboration and like again, I was pretty lucky with every unit. Regular units like Rain I got pretty easily. Killface same thing. Miranda same thing. Victor I got first pull. Not Miranda. Ildira. I think these were the 4 units that I pulled for, like the regular units that I pulled for. And the others I always pulled was there any other unit? Yeah, I think it was just these 4. And these and her was like not even for her that I pulled. But it wasn't all easy for me because when I started, the 2 units that I wanted were Fred and Giza, and it took me a while to get them. And again, I was not really happy with that, but I wasn't really as irritated, sad, or whatever that I didn't get them, because in the back of my mind, I always thought, yeah, I'm gonna get them eventually, you know. Uh, and I'm gonna level them slowly if I have to, and that's exactly what I did when I eventually got them. I started to level them and at my own pace, doing hard quests, buying shards when I have to, and again, it wasn't really as as much of a bum as Kain and Rosa were for me. So yeah, I don't even know what else to say. I feel like I'm pretty much rambling at this point, just telling you how sad I am that I didn't get them. But I think this is gonna be it for the video. Thank you very much for watching, and comment down below if you agree that there needs to be better pity for collaboration units. I think everyone agrees with that. But I don't know. Even better, tell me your horror story down below. Tell me how you spent 60k lapis and you didn't get gain or something. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thank you guys. Bye.